Kia ora everyone. Starting off the new week a little slower today, but after the way last week ended, I'm happy to be green. Only one trade this morning, not a huge win, but a good setup and a solid execution. So let's take a look at how it played out. So this morning when I got up, the leading gainer was INEO, which was a ticker that was changing its name and its ticker symbol. So it changed from SAG to INEO. I didn't trade that at all. I didn't think it was going to do anything really, and it faded over the session anyway. So the other one that really sort of caught my attention was PRTG. This had news out. It's a biotech company, and let's have a look at it here. Pushed up to 15.34 from around $9. So that was in after hours. And I saw it around 6:45 around this area here. So I sort of saw it from around this area here. I missed the break here. Didn't want to trade it below VWAP. It did push up to VWAP, and there was an entry there as it retested VWAP, and it pushed up to around 14.20. But I didn't take any of that. I didn't trade any of that. At that time, I thought it was a bit expensive, and I thought I'd wait to see if anything else that was sort of a bit cheaper popped up. It pulled back, went sideways, and got down to a low around $12. I didn't see anything else pop up during that period, I don't think. I can't remember actually. I don't think anything really popped up, so I just kept watching PRTG. Some volume came in around Q2. It broke over that level of around 12.10 and pushed up, and then I missed this as well. I had to go and do something, so it took me away from my trading station. Missed that break. Saw it again when it started pulling back here on these two red candles, but once again decided not to trade it until it showed that it could break above VWAP. So it did do that. Volume came in. So you can see the volume coming in down here. And I decided to take an entry on that pullback as it pulled back to retest the VWAP. So I'll bring the video up so it'll show it a bit better, play it a bit faster. So volume comes in here and pushes up. I don't know why I'm putting an order in down there. It's just, I'm probably testing if I can actually, what I can actually buy. How many shares I can buy. So it breaks here. And it actually pulls back first, that's right. Puts in a small red candle here, doesn't look like it's going to go. And then volume comes in, it breaks VWAP, pushes up to 13.50. And then as it pulls back, I put an order in, I get filled at 13.09. Down here as it retests the VWAP. Looking for it to push back to 13.50, and even though I wasn't sure if it would break 13.50 or not, as it had already broken and gone to 14 previously, so didn't know if this would work as well as the previous break. And I did hold out a little bit longer, so as it pushed up to about 13.35, and I held through a bigger pullback. So hit 13.35. I didn't take it off the table there. I thought I would give it a bit of a chance to push higher. It did pull back though. I'm just going to speed this up again. Pulled back and pull back further. Came down to the 9 EMA and broke the 9 EMA. So that was, but then bought right back up again, and some green volume came in there, and as it came, the volume came in I sold at 13.45. So good trade in the end. Once that volume came in and pushed it back to that pivot point, I got out and didn't look for a break higher or a push back to 14 or anything like that. I was happy with the 36 cents trade, even though I was only in with, as you can see here, I was only in 25 shares in the end. So only $9 win, but good trade nonetheless, getting 36 cents a share. And that's kind of what I was looking for today, was to just get some green under my belt and put in a solid trade and stick to sort of within my rules, so that I'm just getting back into the habit of taking good setups. So yeah, I was in at 13.09, out at 13.45. Probably a better entry here if you were looking to be more aggressive would have been down here around 12.75 as it broke back up over that red candle there, and possibly the pullback here at around $13, holding the whole dollar and looking for a push higher up to 13 over VWAP. So that's probably more aggressive entries. And this one here also is a bit of an aggressive entry as well. But I thought that if it was going to come and test VWAP, then be in on that first retest and look for that push higher. Didn't do it, pulled right back and then pushed, but still got a good result in the end. So that was my one trade today. Possibly could have waited a bit longer, as this is only coming up to 8 o'clock, and could have waited for maybe the news at 8, and actually what did pop up at 8 was GLMD, which was more in my price range. So I could have actually afforded more shares on this stock, being around just under the $3 mark. But when it popped up, I saw it pop up here and pull back, and it did hold at 230, but because I'd taken a trade already, I decided not to trade this at all. But the entry here was as it broke VWAP, either around 260, 270, or as it broke through that the high of that previous candle, around 250. $0.50 as well, buying it at $0.50 for a good pushback, and it would have been a decent trade up to $3, $3.10. But didn't trade this at all, and it did sort of hold that level for a bit, but became a bit thicker, thickly traded. Yeah, and then it faded after that, GLMD. And the other stock that put in a bit of a appearance this morning was MLGO. So this pushed over $8. This has been up prior. I can't remember if it had fresh news or not. Did it have fresh news? News. Oh, I did have a bit of news that it brought out 6 hours ago, 11 hours ago. Revenue, news about its revenue Anyway, so this broke over $8 down here, pushed up to 869. I saw that and saw it when it was around 890. It had pulled all the way back, didn't look good, but then broke up to 890, held 890, and then broke up to 960, and then eventually up to over 10. And I actually did a paper trade on this, and I paper traded it a bit differently from how I would normally. So I'll go to that paper trade. I didn't trade this. Here it is. So I put in a trade here, and I bought in around the half dollar, $10.50, as it pushed up to 10.67. I was looking for it to push to 11, and I did think it was going to go to 11, but it put a big pullback in, and as it held here around the whole dollar, around $10, I put in another order. So not good averaging down really, but I was pretty confident it was going to push, and it eventually pushed up, and there was my profit take at 11.10 as it pushed up over $11.18. So I was happy with that paper trade as well, but it would have been nice if it was a real trade, but I'm not going to risk, you know, it pulling back 50, 60 cents, you know, on a prediction that it's going to go to 11. Really, the way that should have been traded was waiting for the pullback, seeing when it actually confirmed, taking like a break here or this pullback here as it's pushing up and volume's coming in on this candle. Actually, I should be doing that here, shouldn't I? Sorry. So as it's pushing up on this candle here, with volume to buy in here around 10.40 as it pushes back up, and then taking profit as it hits, you know, your mark up here at 11.10 or $11 for the break there, and that would have been a better trade than this kind of hold and hope scenario down here. But anyway, that was the day. So PRTG only bought 25 shares here, in at 13.09, out at 13.45 for a $9 profit. 36 cents per share win though today. So that starts the week off green, and happy with that. But really it's just about building my confidence back up after this month has been pretty rough really for me, and I just need to get back to being disciplined, get back to logging green days, and just keep doing that, and not over trading, not trying to recover from a loss, and just taking smaller losses, cutting my losses early. I really got to try and work on that, and just cut my losses when my trade's not working, and having a very strict rule around, if my trade's not working after, you know, third or fourth candle, then I just get out of it. So really the type of trading that I want to do is that as soon as I'm buying in, my trade should be resolving in the right direction, and I'm taking my profit. I'm not buying in and waiting for my, you know, trade to actually work. Yeah, so after a rough finish last week, it feels good to put a green day on the board, even if it's a small one. 3 more days left this month. My focus is on staying patient, trading clean setups, and protecting my progress. Thanks for tuning in. If you're finding these recaps helpful, feel free to follow along and drop a comment below. See you tomorrow. Te ao popo.